All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into the world of Larry Cheng and Volition Capital.
Okay.
You sent over some fascinating stuff from this podcast interview that he did, where he really kind of opens up about his investment philosophy.
Yeah.
And also, some background on his journey.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to unpack what makes him tick as an investor
Right.
and what entrepreneurs can learn from his experience.
I think what's really cool is we get kind of that dual perspective, right?
Yeah.
We get Cheng, the investor, but also Cheng, the entrepreneur, in that he helped co-found Volition Capital.
Right. And his background is so impressive. Harvard grad, early tech enthusiast, Apple certified technician at 13,
Wow.
athlete, and then strong business sense. Turning a student laundry service into a $4 million business.
That's impressive.
Like that diverse experience,
Yeah.
Probably really shapes how he evaluates companies.
Definitely. Those experiences speak to adaptability and, just a keen understanding of what it takes to succeed. And I think those are, qualities that probably inform his approach to investing.
Absolutely. So let's start with Volition Capital's origin story.
Cool.
So it's 2010.
Yep.
Financial crisis is in full swing. And Cheng and his partners, they spin out of Fidelity Ventures to create Volition Capital.
Interesting.
And they have a clear mission. And this is helping founders achieve their dreams without, taking on unnecessary risk.
Right. And this is a philosophy that resonates with both the entrepreneur and the people that are backing them, right?
Exactly.
It's about maximizing returns,
Right.
but doing it in a way that doesn't, take on outsized risk.
And he really, he talks about how important trust is in that founder-investor relationship.
Yeah.
Especially for, capital-efficient, founder-led businesses,
Huh?
where you're essentially entrusting your life's work to someone else.
That's right. It's a huge leap of faith
Huge leap of faith.
for an entrepreneur to take. And, knowing that your investor understands your vision and is truly invested in your success, I think that's just so crucial.
Yeah, and Volition goes beyond just providing capital.
Yeah.
And he actually uses the word like building a product for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
They have a strategic advisory board with top-tier operators from various fields. They have an internal ops team with experience scaling businesses.
So it's like having this, extension of your own team
Yeah,
with experts readily available to kind of guide you through all these different challenges.
it's like a built-in support system.
Yeah, they're not just investors, they're partners in your growth.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
So when should a bootstrap company consider outside investment?
that's a good question.
Cheng offers some pretty practical advice.
Yeah, he sees two primary uses for capital, right? So growth and then secondary liquidity for founders.
Okay.
And he believes entrepreneurs should only raise capital when they feel their balance sheet is constraining their growth.
Meaning they have opportunities they can't pursue because they just don't have the money?
Don't take on investment just because it's available, but strategically to unlock that next level.
Right. And he also talks about, the secondary piece of it where founders gain liquidity.
Right.
And I think this is really interesting because if you think about, a founder who's, really poured everything into their business,
Yeah.
maybe they've maxed out credit cards, refinanced their home.
Right.
Like their personal finances are tied to the company's success.
Yeah.
They may not be as willing to take certain risks.
Exactly. And, taking some chips off the table allows them to make bolder decisions for the company's future
Right.
without feeling that personal financial pressure.
Absolutely. And Cheng's seen so many different businesses over the years across so many different industries. And this really allows him to kind of see potential pitfalls
Yeah.
that entrepreneurs might miss.
It's that pattern recognition he talks about, right? Entrepreneurs often only have, a portfolio of one, their business. And so they haven't seen how things play out across dozens of companies in various situations.
Right. And he even mentioned like he's built and managed over 20 sales teams.
Wow.
So if you're a founder and you're building your first sales organization,
Yeah.
that experience is invaluable.
Totally. And it's not about coming in and dictating solutions, right?
Right.
It's offering a seasoned perspective to help entrepreneurs identify blind spots and make more informed decisions.
Absolutely. And when it comes to decision making,
Yeah.
he has a really clear approach to giving feedback.
Right.
He acknowledges that, he offers insights, but the final decision rests with the CEO.
Makes sense. It's about finding that balance, right? Founders need conviction, but they should value that open dialogue
Yeah.
with their investors,
Right.
respectfully challenging assumptions while recognizing the CEO's ultimate authority.
Right. And, and he even reassures potential, fundraisers
Yeah.
that, hey, we're not here to take over your business. We're not, Volition doesn't aim to come in and run the show.
Mm.
They tailor their involvement to the needs of the entrepreneur.
They act as a support system,
Right.
providing expertise and resources where needed, but ultimately empowering the entrepreneur to lead their company.
Yeah, we were curious, what does he see in these companies that are successful, these
Yeah.
big winners?
Yeah.
What are some of those common threads?
He consistently highlights customer obsession, right?
Oh, wait.
And it's not just providing good customer service.
Right.
It's truly understanding your customers' needs and building your model around solving their problems better than anyone else.
Okay, so how does that translate into tangible results?
Well, it creates barriers against competitors,
Hey.
right? Things like deep software integration that makes it hard to switch over to a competitor, superior customer success that builds loyalty,
Right.
or network effects where the value of the product or service grows with each additional user. Think of companies like Amazon or Apple. They've built these ecosystems that are really difficult to replicate.
It's like a moat
Yeah,
around their business.
exactly.
All right, so let's talk about the current market.
Okay.
Higher interest rates, tighter capital.
Yeah.
How does Cheng view this for entrepreneurs?
He actually sees it as an opportunity,
Okay.
particularly for those who have experienced both easy money and capital-constrained
They
environments.
have a playbook for both.
Exactly. They know how to adapt.
Right.
And he believes this adaptability is key for entrepreneurial success.
All right, so how does Volition Capital plan to evolve? They've been incredibly successful,
Right.
but while staying true to its core mission.
Cheng talks about having a true north, this guiding principle for decision-making.
Okay.
And for Volition, it's that risk-reward balance, right? Achieving significant returns, but without taking on excessive risk.
Right.
So they're not just chasing every shiny object, they're staying disciplined and focused on what they do best.
So it's about staying true to those core values, the reasons why they started the firm in the first place.
Absolutely.
All right, so what advice does he give to aspiring investors who are looking to break into venture capital?
So he emphasizes developing strong conviction, right?
Okay.
Do your due diligence, gather the information, but trust your gut. Don't be afraid to be contrarian. Some of the best investments are the ones that initially raise eyebrows.
Interesting.
Yeah, he encourages being open to feedback and learning from mistakes. Nobody gets it right all the time.
Right.
And those who adapt their approach are ultimately more successful.
And it's fascinating because, he fosters this culture at Volition Capital.
That's awesome.
They encourage debate. They value diverse opinions, even from junior team members.
Wow.
It's about creating an environment where the best ideas rise to the top.
And that's how you build a winning team, whether it's a startup or a venture capital firm.
Absolutely. All right, so before we delve deeper into Larry Cheng's world, let's just take a moment and reflect.
Okay.
What are your initial thoughts on his approach?
Sure. So what stands out to me is this focus on building a product for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just about providing capital. It's about really empowering and supporting founders throughout their entire journey.
Right.
What resonates with you?
I think the emphasis on trust is huge.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing someone into the inner circle of your business.
That's right.
And you need to know that they're going to be supportive.
Yeah.
Especially when challenges arise.
Absolutely. And I think, Cheng and his partners built Volition Capital because they saw this need
Right.
for investors who truly understood capital-efficient founders.
Yeah, and they seem to walk the walk.
Yeah.
That product that they've built
Right.
goes beyond just writing a check.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're bringing operational experience. They're bringing this network of experts to the table.
Right.
They're hands-on when needed, but also know when to step back and let the entrepreneur lead.
Right.
It's a delicate balance, and they seem to have mastered it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so not every company is a home run.
Right.
He's seen businesses face challenges.
Of course.
What are some common threads he's observed in those situations?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't point to any one single reason for failure, right? It's usually an accumulation of smaller missteps.
Okay.
Maybe not having the right people in key roles.
Right.
Failing to adapt to market shifts.
Okay.
Or losing sight of that customer obsession that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and his experience across so many companies
Yeah.
just gives him these invaluable insights.
Yeah.
He can help entrepreneurs anticipate potential problems before they become major crises.
It's like having a seasoned guide who's already navigated the terrain you're about to enter.
Right.
Right? They can point out those hidden pitfalls and help you stay on course.
All right, so let's talk about those big winners.
Okay.
What sets them apart from the rest?
Yeah. So he always comes back to customer obsession.
Yeah.
Right? And this is more than just providing good customer service.
Okay.
It's about anticipating needs.
Right. It's about exceeding expectations.
Okay.
And it's about constantly striving to create a remarkable customer experience.
And that can create those barriers to entry
Absolutely.
that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, it becomes very difficult for competitors to catch up.
They've built a moat around their business.
Exactly.
And it's filled with happy, loyal customers.
Right. And it's not just about feel-good vibes.
Right.
It directly impacts the bottom line.
Right, because those loyal customers become your advocates.
Of
And
course.
spread the word.
Yeah,
And that fuels organic growth.
absolutely.
And he also emphasizes attracting and retaining top talent.
Right.
You know, you can have a fantastic product,
Yeah.
but scaling and achieving ambitious goals is tough without a great team.
It's like the saying, A players hire A players, right?
Right.
High-performing teams create a culture of excellence that permeates the entire organization.
But we can't forget about the current market environment. Higher interest rates, tighter capital, this presents a real challenge for entrepreneurs.
For sure. But Cheng sees it as a test, right?
Okay.
Those companies that can thrive in this environment,
Right.
the ones that are disciplined and focused,
Yeah.
they're going to emerge stronger.
Right.
It's about maximizing every dollar,
Right.
being smart about growth,
Yeah.
and proving that your business can succeed even when conditions aren't ideal.
And entrepreneurs who've seen both,
Yeah.
easy money times and lean times have an advantage.
Absolutely.
They have the experience and the wisdom
Mm.
to navigate these challenges.
Smooth seas don't make skillful sailors.
That's a good word.
Right? These entrepreneurs have been through the ringer and they come out the other side with a much deeper understanding of how to build resilient businesses.
All right, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about Volition Capital's journey.
Okay.
They've been incredibly successful.
Yeah.
How do they stay focused
Yeah.
amidst all these new opportunities that come their way?
Cheng emphasizes having a true north, right? This guiding principle for decision-making.
Okay.
And for Volition, it's that risk-reward balance.
Okay.
Helping founders achieve outsized returns, but without taking on unnecessary risk.
Right, and so it's about staying true to their core values.
Yes.
The reasons why they started the firm.
Absolutely.
All right, so for aspiring investors, who are following in his footsteps, what advice does he offer?
So he emphasizes developing strong conviction.
Oh.
Do your homework, gather the information, but trust your instincts.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Some of the best investments were initially contrarian.
Interesting.
He also highlights the importance of building a culture of open dialogue and respectful debate.
Okay.
The best ideas can come from anywhere,
Right.
so it's crucial to create an environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing their perspective.
Yeah, he actually admitted that some of Volition's most successful investments
Wow.
were initially met with internal disagreement,
That's amazing.
which shows their willingness to challenge assumptions and embrace those diverse viewpoints.
That's powerful.
All right, so as we move towards wrapping up our deep dive,
Okay.
what key takeaways resonate with you from Larry Cheng's story and Volition Capital's journey?
You know what stands out to me is their unwavering commitment to entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right from their unique product that they built for founders to their focus on building trust and fostering open communication.
Right.
They've created a truly supportive environment for those they invest in. And of course, their emphasis on customer obsession
Yes.
provides a valuable lesson for any business regardless of industry. What are your final thoughts?
I think for me, it's the combination of adaptability and conviction. Cheng and Volition Capital demonstrate this ability to adjust to market shifts and embrace new opportunities.
Right.
Yet they remain grounded in their core principles. They trust their instincts, but they're open to diverse viewpoints. And this balance, I believe, is key to their success. And it's a valuable lesson for anyone navigating the complexities of the business world.
I agree.
Yeah, I think for me, it's that emphasis on trust. You're bringing someone into the inner circle of your business.
Absolutely.
And you need to know that they're going to be supportive, especially when challenges arise.
Yeah, Cheng and his partners, built Volition Capital because they saw a need for investors who truly understood
Right.
capital-efficient founders.
And they seem to walk the walk.
They do.
That product that they've built,
Yeah.
it goes beyond just writing a check. They bring operational experience. They bring this network of experts to the table.
Absolutely. They're hands-on when needed.
Right.
But they also know when to step back and let the entrepreneur lead.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance, but they seem to have mastered it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So not every company is a home run.
Of course.
And he's seen businesses face challenges. What are some common threads he's observed in those situations?
So, he doesn't point to any one single reason for failure. It's usually an accumulation of smaller missteps,
Okay.
right? Maybe not having the right people in key roles,
Hurry.
failing to adapt to market shifts, or losing sight of that customer obsession that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and I think, his experience across so many companies
Yeah,
gives him those invaluable insights
definitely.
where he can kind of help entrepreneurs anticipate potential problems before they become major crises.
It's like having a seasoned guide
Right.
who's already navigated the terrain that you're about to enter,
Yeah.
right? They can point out those hidden pitfalls,
Yeah.
help you stay on course.
All right, so let's talk about those big winners. What sets them apart from the rest?
So, he always comes back to customer obsession.
Right.
And it's more than just providing good customer service.
Okay.
It's about anticipating needs.
Okay.
It's about exceeding expectations.
Right.
And it's about constantly striving to create a remarkable customer experience.
And that can create those barriers to entry
Exactly.
that we talked about earlier.
It becomes very difficult for competitors to catch up.
Yeah, they've built a moat around their business,
Yeah.
and it's filled with happy, loyal customers.
Right. And it's not just about those good vibes.
Right.
This directly impacts the bottom line.
Right, because those loyal customers become your advocates.
They do.
And they'll spread the word.
Absolutely.
And that fuels organic growth.
It does.
He also emphasizes attracting and retaining top talent.
For sure.
You can have a fantastic product,
Right.
but scaling and achieving those ambitious goals is tough without a great team.
It's like the saying, A players hire A players.
Right.
High-performing teams create this culture of excellence that kind of permeates the entire organization.
Absolutely. And we can't forget about the current market environment.
Right.
Higher interest rates, tighter capital.
Yeah.
This presents a real challenge for entrepreneurs.
Definitely. But, Cheng sees it as a test.
Correct.
The companies that can thrive in this environment, the ones that are disciplined and focused,
Right.
they're going to emerge even stronger.
So it's about maximizing every dollar,
Yes.
being smart about growth,
Yeah.
and proving that your business can succeed even when conditions aren't ideal.
Yeah.
And I think, entrepreneurs who have seen both
Yeah.
easy money times and lean times
Mm-hmm.
have an advance.
Yes, they do.
They have that experience and the wisdom to navigate those challenges.
Smooth seas don't make skillful sailors.
I like that.
Right? These entrepreneurs have been through the ringer,
Right.
and they come out on the other side with a much deeper understanding of how to build resilient businesses.
So let's kind of shift gears a little bit and talk about Volition Capital's journey.
Okay.
They've been incredibly successful. How do they stay focused
Yeah.
amidst all these new opportunities that come their way?
So, Cheng emphasizes having a true north, this guiding principle for decision-making. And for Volition, it's about that risk-reward balance.
Okay.
Helping founders achieve those outsized returns,
Right.
but without taking on unnecessary risk.
And so it's about staying true to those core values,
It is.
the reasons why they started the firm.
That's right.
Okay. So for aspiring investors,
Yeah.
Who are following in his footsteps, what advice does he offer?
So he emphasizes developing strong conviction.
Okay.
Do your homework, gather all the information,
Yeah.
but trust your instincts.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Some of the best investments were initially contrarian.
Right.
He also highlights the importance of building a culture of open dialogue
Okay.
and a respectful debate.
Right.
The best ideas can come from anywhere.
Right.
So it's crucial to create an environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing their perspective.
Yeah, he actually admitted that some of Volition's most successful investments
Wow.
were initially met with internal disagreement,
That's amazing.
which shows their willingness to challenge assumptions and embrace those diverse viewpoints.
That's powerful.
Which shows, they're not afraid to go against the grain, even internally.
Right. It's so powerful. It really speaks to their commitment to finding the best ideas regardless of where they come from.
And I think it's inspiring to see a firm that's so dedicated to, empowering entrepreneurs.
I agree.
They don't just talk about it. They've actively built systems and processes to support founders
Right.
throughout their journey.
Absolutely. And that commitment to customer obsession,
Yeah.
that really resonates deeply in today's market, with things changing so rapidly.
Yeah.
Understanding and catering to your customers' needs is paramount.
Yeah, it's not enough to have a great product or service.
It's not.
You really need to build that relationship with your customer, understand their pain points,
Right.
and constantly strive to exceed their expectations.
Exactly. It's about creating a culture of customer centricity that kind of permeates every aspect of your business, from product development to marketing to customer support.
And Cheng and Volition Capital, they clearly understand this.
They do.
They've built their entire approach around helping founders create companies that truly resonate with their target market.
And their focus on building that product for entrepreneurs, with the advisory board and the operational support,
Right.
really reinforces that commitment.
It's like they've created this ecosystem
Yeah.
where entrepreneurs can thrive, surrounded by these experienced mentors and a support system that helps them, navigate the challenges of building a business.
It's about creating that win-win scenario
Right.
where both the entrepreneur and the investor are aligned in their goals and committed to achieving long-term success.
And that's a powerful concept. And it's really a testament to Cheng's vision and leadership
I agree.
that he's been able to build a firm that really embodies these values.
Absolutely. And I think his emphasis on adaptability is also crucial in today's world. Things are changing so fast.
Right.
The companies that can pivot and adjust their strategies and embrace new technologies,
Yeah.
those are the ones that are going to thrive in the long run.
It's about having that growth mindset,
It is.
that willingness to constantly learn and evolve and to never become complacent,
Right.
even when you're at the top of your game.
And it's about surrounding yourself with people who challenge your assumptions,
Right.
bring diverse perspectives to the table, and push you to think outside the box.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Larry Cheng and Volition Capital,
Okay.
I want to encourage you to reflect on these key takeaways.
Definitely.
Consider how you can cultivate a customer-obsessed culture
Yeah.
within your own work or business.
Right.
How can you build stronger relationships with those you serve and consistently strive to exceed their expectations?
I love that.
Think about how you can embrace adaptability and that growth mindset, always seeking to learn and evolve as the world around you changes. And remember the importance of building a supportive network, surrounding yourself with people who challenge and inspire you.
Great advice.
These are the principles that have guided Larry Cheng and Volition Capital to success, and they can serve as a roadmap for anyone seeking to make a meaningful impact in the world of business and beyond.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving to make a difference.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.